Hello and welcome to the Winging It Travel Podcast YouTube channel. Join me on my journey as I travel across the world, seeking out adventures, meeting new people and trying out new things. Hello and welcome to this week's episode. We're carrying on from Budapest and making our way to Vienna via the train. This will take around 2.5 to 3 hours depending what train you catch, and it's a pretty painless train ride as we arrived into the Vienna train station, and we had to catch a few trams to the hotel, and we're staying at a place called Apartment Hotel Trieste, and it's about a 25-minute journey from the main central train station. It's more in the suburbs, this one, because we wanted a bit of comfort and a little bit of a kitchen. It wasn't much, but it's more like an Airbnb type accommodation, and it was €55 a night, and there was a tram stop right outside the door. After checking in, we refreshed and got outdoors to see a bit of Vienna in the evening, and we got a transport pass for 72 hours which covers all buses, trains and trams, and it cost €17. It's definitely worth getting if you're in the city for 2 or 3 days. First up was Prince Coffee House for coffee and cake, and we're certainly back in Central European prices again. And before sunset came in, we took a walk around white buildings and the very clean streets of Vienna, and it just had this grand Central European feel. It felt so big and historical. It really was a nice sunny evening, so it felt really idyllic to walk around this marvellous city. And as we were getting towards the end of the day, we thought, do you know what, let's go to a pub and get a meal. We went to a central pub called the 1516 Brewing Company, and I had a German sausage and mashed potato with gravy. Can you beat it? Hey! The next morning, we done some admin and got some washing done at the apartment. And then we headed off on the number 1 tram, which goes into central Vienna, to go to our first stop of the day, which is Café Couture. Let's see and hear more. And this is located in Ferstal's Passage. So pop that into Google, into Vienna, and you'll notice like a little sort of like arcade-like, if you're from UK, goes through shops either side, and this cafe is right in the middle. This coffee is their own Café Couture coffee, and the blend today is called Bomb, but it smells great. It smells light to medium. Not sure what it's going to taste like, but let's give it a go. Cheers. God, that's got a definitely medium. Oh wow, that's an interesting taste. That's got a lot going on there. We were blessed with another sunny day, so we took a walk along the river. It was great to see the locals out in the sunshine enjoying a drink for their lunch break. It really was a day to have it. And the first real activity of the day was a museum. And we went to the Time Travel Museum in Vienna. It cost €17, and it's an interactive walkthrough through Viennese history, and it can tailor towards kids and adults. I don't think it matters either way, and I thought it was great value to learn about the history of Vienna and also Austria up to the modern day. My favourite part of the museum was learning about Mozart, as I am a music fiend, and it's great to hear the music and get a sense of what Vienna was like back in those days and how Mozart went about his daily life writing some of the greatest music of all time. Towards the end of the day, we're feeling a little bit burnt out, and we walked another 10,000 steps, which is great, but I think we just needed to chill out. So you can go to a local supermarket called Billa and get your grocery shopping and or food to cook at home. So we've done that, chilled out in the evening, and refreshed for the next day of sightseeing in Vienna. We were blessed with another great day of sunshine, and we headed out to the 7th district in Vienna. So it's not quite central Vienna, it's another district, and it have lots of cafes and restaurants, and we want to get a little brunch on the go. So we went to a place called Lieblings. This place does not have a sign outside, and it has the tiniest kitchen, but it was absolutely heaving with people. So we had a coffee and an eggs benedict there, but I promise you it is worth the money to get a sensational brunch. Vienna is full of coffee houses, so we had a few on our list for the day. And next up was Cafe Comet. We're in the 9th district in Vienna on a street called Kirchengasse. And then Americano with a double shot is around €3.90 to €4. So that's your prices of your coffees. And they do offer a wide selection of coffee. Enough of me talking, let's get to the coffee itself. I'm looking forward to it. I've not even smelt it yet, so I don't know what type we're going to have. Just give it a quick sniff. Yeah, okay. It's going to be medium, maybe light. Let's give it a go. Oh yeah, that's sensational, very light. And of course, another museum on the go. So we went to the History of Art Museum. It's €17 for entry. And this place is a huge grand palace. Really impressive inside, historic, old, and there's so much to see and do in this museum. I'm not the biggest museum goer, and I felt like I was walking around for hours, but you can get lost in there and go for a few days if you're into that sort of thing. We were absolutely knackered walking around the museum, and we had an apple strudel and coffee and cake downstairs in the cafe. Usual Vienna prices, not much more than a norm. And that concluded another great day of sightseeing in Vienna. Vienna concludes our Interrailing trip in Europe for a month. The plan was to go to Turkey via train. We couldn't get through Serbia and the buses were too long, so we thought we'd end it in Vienna with an extra day and then fly to Ankara, Turkey next. This day was a day of flying to Ankara, so we went to the train station, and for €2.50 you can pop your bag in a locker all day. So we went for another coffee at Coffee Junkies, but really good prices this time and great coffee. But that was it for Vienna, and it's time to go to somewhere new and head towards the Middle East. We had the best time in Europe interrailing. The trains were super cheap and easy to organise. You do have to pay some reservation fees alongside your Interrail pass, but it is the best way to travel Europe. We've been in Central Europe, so we left London heading towards Paris, down the middle, through to Italy, going east towards Slovenia, up, then ending in Vienna, and I wouldn't change any of the trip. But we felt towards the end of the month that we're looking for something new and a change. This is why we headed to Turkey, to go and check that out for a week, so keep an eye on my YouTube channel for those episodes. A few lessons we learned in this month of travel in Europe is the prices of accommodation are extortionate. The day-to-day coffee food is not too bad, but going out for an evening meal can be expensive in places like Italy or Austria. But all in all, I think we travelled to some of the best countries in Central Europe and some of the best cities as well. It did feel like one city break after another, which is great. That can get boring after a while. And I think towards the end in Vienna, we're ready for a change. Thanks for tuning in to the European series. You can see all the episodes relating to Europe on my playlist, European Adventures, and they're all in chronological order with a few extra entries in there. Don't forget to subscribe to watch more in the coming weeks and months. Cheers. Please follow and subscribe on my YouTube channel today, and please rate and review the podcast on any podcast platform that you use. Thank you.